Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Exotic Wine Travel. I'm your host, Matthew Horkey. So today we're actually back in Croatia preparing to actually put together and release our very tourist-friendly guide to the wines of Croatia, Cracking Croatia. Look for it. It'll be out soon. But anyways, the topic of today, we're going to talk about natural wines. Now, natural wines, raw wines, they get... When you start to mention those words in the wine world, people have varying opinions. The conversations can get very heated. So let me just make it simple. We're talking about Croatian wines today that use natural yeast, spontaneous fermentations. They farm organically. They don't use a lot of sprays. So we've found actually 3 producers in our research that are producing full-fledged hardcore natural wines for wine geeks. So I'm going to talk about them. The first one we don't have today, we already did a video on it. It was Vinalia Cly, very famous winery in Istria, Croatia. Cly wines are fantastic. I did a separate video about them. The wines are excellent. They're the wines that Gary Vaynerchuk years ago on Wine Library TV got so excited about. But we're going to talk about these wines here today. The first ones I have here are this winery. I think you would pronounce it in English as Roxanich, but I think in Croatian they pronounce it Roxanich. This is the Merlot from 2007. And this is the Antica Malvasia from 2009. Now, interesting. So these are 2 varieties. First of all, the Malvasia Istarka is a local indigenous variety, only grows in Istria. It's one of these rare varieties that it's just the right place, the right climate, the right soil. Malvasia is awesome. The famous wine writer Oz Clarke was huge on Malvasia and Istria, and he also called Istria, the second best place in the world for Merlot besides the right bank of Bordeaux. So that's serious. This was awesome. Super silky smooth, had tertiary notes already, dark fruit. It didn't taste wild, it was still very clean, but very alive. I mean, we had this in the 4.3 range as well as this Malvasia. This was in about the 4.5 range. This was macerated, so it was an amber wine. It had color. It was rich. It had the forest floor, the apricot, the nuts, but it also had a certain amount of freshness and acidity that you don't see all the time in amber wines. These wines were really special, really nice wines. So let's talk about this other producer. This is a guy that we met actually when we visited Cly about 6 months ago. It's a half French, half Croatian, Istrian winemaker. Moved back to Istria, Croatia and produced wines. Let's talk about them. Got cool labels. This is the Piquentum Blanc from 2015. This is a slightly macerated Malvasia. Very clean, very simple, just very honest. He uses natural yeast, spontaneous fermentation, real minimalist, offhand approach to winemaking, really nice. Piquentum is the name, the old Latin name for the village in which his town is in. But this one was the most special to me. Piquentum Terre, 2013, 100% Refosco. Now, I am super excited because these wines are available in the U.S. under Blue Danube. This was special. Shireen, do you want to chime in on what you really liked about this wine?
It tasted like a northern Rhone Syrah.
Yeah.
It had earthiness, it had spiciness. It's still a little bit wild. Very good structure. The fruitiness is very prominent as well.
Yeah, if you couldn't hear Shireen, this tasted very much like she said, a Northern Rhone Syrah. It was peppery, it was leathery, you had dark fruit, nice rich texture, a little bit of dirtiness. I mean, I thought this was outstanding, and I'm going to be looking to pick up some when we go back to the States. So that's it for, I've only seen 3 hardcore natural producers. There's a lot of producers here in Croatia using organic grapes, being more bio, but these ones are the more hardcore natural wines. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exotic Wine Travel. I will see you at the next episode.